You're listening to The Drew Yari Show.
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Not much, man. Sky.
I was gonna say, how am I coming through? I got this. I'm using the new mic.
Oh, you sound clear.
Awesome. Yeah, I got this on Amazon. It's one of those mics that I guess you just attach it to your shirt, so you don't have to hold it.
Uh-huh.
And wearing my my skull candy earbuds. So if it sounds like I'm talking over you, then that's probably why. So be forewarned.
Nope, no worries.
But how you been, man?
Just out and about. Nothing much, really. Just flowing through the motions, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really complain. I forgot to mention, I have another 5-day vacation this week.
Oh, really?
Yes, starting on Friday. Yeah, Friday. I'll be off Friday through Tuesday, so got that to look forward to. Getting a raise.
You lucky bastard.
I'm a lucky bastard. I know, a lucky bastard. Getting a raise at work, so that's pretty cool, and a bonus. So can't really complain too much about life.
It's going great for Drew Yari.
Yeah, everything's coming up yard.
There you go.
Yeah, that's about it. Oh, and then this would be episode 199. So I'm trying to plan something for episode 200. I just can't really think of what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because since I don't do live shows anymore, I don't really know who would I invite. I mean, obviously, I'm going to invite you. Like,
right.
That's a given. I mean, I was thinking about maybe possibly bringing in Ruben. It's all a matter of trying to get everyone's schedules like synchronized into the right time.
Right.
You know, it's easier said than done, but I would love to get all you guys on the show just to celebrate 200.
Right.
But I don't know. If I think of something, I will definitely let you know ASAP because I need to think about it ASAP.
Yeah, it's fastly approaching.
Yeah,
fastly approaching.
200 episodes, like that's nuts.
200 episodes. Sheesh, meesh.
I just remember 2 years ago I was celebrating 100 episodes.
Yeah. And it seemed like yesterday it was all just a dream.
It was all just a dream. I was just a young lad listening to podcasts, and then eventually I decided to make my own.
Yeah, there you go. That's all of us, huh?
Yeah, other than that, yeah, that's really all I got going on. Mm-hmm. I guess we can kind of get started. Yeah, fucking intro. We already got started, so fuck it. So we got a few things to cover. It's a nice little show. I know this is like a week old, but I'm assuming you watched the Dark Side of the Ring episode, right?
Oh yeah.
Right. So
yeah. With Ric Flair, he's out here wilding out. Well, go ahead, continue.
Oh, I was gonna say, I know.
Which we knew about this already.
Right. I mean, it's nothing new. I mean, because Ric Flair, you've heard the stories. You've heard the stories about him,
of course,
partying crazy. I mean, I know Shane Douglas, shared like similar stories, and I mean, Shane. I'm not the biggest Shane Douglas fan. I don't think a lot of people are, but
you talking the skater?
The skater? What? Who? Who were him and John Laurinaitis? What was their tag teams? The Dynamic Dudes.
Yeah, the dynamic dudes. Yeah, that's really bad. My man looking like a pro skater. What the hell? That outfit with the
Ugh.
tassel, like he tried to be like Warrior, but with the flat boot in the front. Yeah, that was bad. Shane
Ugh.
Douglas, just bad, bad.
Hey Shane, I got an idea. We should be skating. Oh
Oh,
fuck!
good
Oh
lord.
fuck! I can't do
Gross.
fuck that.
John
I can't.
Laurinaitis, he's awful too.
I can't do Johnny Ace. Fuck that. I could do Triple H, but I can't do Johnny Ace. It's gonna kill me.
Yeah, it's a little rough on the throat there.
That was a fail. But
And that's what she said last night too.
oh,
Oh, wah,
oh.
wah, 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 wah.
Wah, wah. Anyways, yeah, Shane Douglas share similar stories. Teddy Long. Uh, well, I mean, Teddy Long's stories weren't pertaining to like his sexual escapades, more to just how much of a dick that Ric Flair was.
Mm-hmm.
A few other wrestlers, and I talked about this with Jeff Lippman on Sunday, and I just want to get your thoughts because we didn't get really a chance to talk about it. I saw that you were sharing about it, but I just want to I wanted to get your thoughts on what you thought about the episode, just as a summary. Just what you think about it.
Well, like I said, we heard about this story for years, so it was nothing really revealing. And I mean, we knew about this stuff before, and that's why I said what I said and left it at it. We need to stop putting wrestlers on this high pedestal like they're invincible, like they can do no wrong. When in reality, they're the ones that are doing all the wrongdoing and even more. You know what I'm saying? And Ric Flair over here slinging his slong around like he's some type of some Tripadale dancer. I mean, I don't know. And Tommy Dreamer just came off bad. Like that's the news more than anything. I mean, he just came across bad, defending that type of behavior, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, dude, like, how'd you feel if somebody did that to your daughter, bro? Like, you gonna defend it in that light? This is the way that he said it, like, and he wasn't like apologetic for it either,
And that's kind of the fucked up part is that Tommy Dreamer is married and he has kids. He has
Yes, he
girls.
does. He's got like 3 daughters, right?
So I believe so. I would think a guy like him would just like. I think it would have been less bad if he had said, "Listen, I know Rick. I know he wouldn't do something like that. I feel sorry for the woman, that had to deal with this. But for him, but instead he gave a very pompous, kind of smug answer. He's like, "Oh, people are just offended by everything." It's like, oh god, like how did he like say that and not think maybe I shouldn't have said that, or maybe you guys should maybe edit that part out and redo that interview.
Right.
He's an idiot. Tommy Dreamer is an idiot, and
Yeah,
to me,
Tommy Dreamer, he's finished.
yeah, he's finished. In this day,
finished. And he, to be quite honest with you, and Monty touched base on this the last time all 3 of us did a show together. He should have been finished a long time ago. Tommy Dreamer, like, he's fat, out of shape, sloppy, never been a superstar, never been a huge draw. He wasn't even a huge draw in ECW, bro. Like
no.
Rob Van Dam and Sabu and fucking Sandman were making the money, not Tommy Dreamer. We got to be honest about that. I'm sick of people. Oh, he was a top draw in ECW. No, he was not. Rob Van Dam, Sabu, fucking even Rhino. I put Rhino above Dreamer. Hell, I even go as far as to say that I would put Taz as a better like draw to fucking Tommy Dreamer. At least Taz can offer something to the business nowadays.
And if we're forgetting, Tommy Dreamer became champion after everybody left.
Exactly. Yep. Rob Van Dam and all those guys are on their way out, taking buyouts or just sitting on the bench because Paulie refused to pay him. Like, come on. Or not refused, but couldn't pay him because, his checks went bounce. Yeah. So, I mean, come on. Let's get real. Tommy Dreamer never been a superstar, never really drew money. And, Vince McMahon saw it. Dixie Carter saw it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Dixie Carter, I mean, my God, if you're an ex-WWE guy or some guy from back in the day, you're getting a world title shot. That's guaranteed in your contract, even back then. And Tommy Dreamer still couldn't be a top guy in fucking TNA. So, Yeah, fuck out of here.
All right, and I mean, as we already know, Impact Wrestling suspended him indefinitely. Busted Open Radio, David LaGreca had put out a statement basically saying, Tommy fucked up, and he's off. I don't know if he said he's off. I forgot if he said he's off the show permanently or just indefinitely. It might have been indefinitely. So
Indefinitely.
right, it's just I don't think any woman's ever going to want to work with him after what he said.
Yeah, especially like an Impact where Gail Kim is on this woke brigade, and the times of the times are just different now, and yeah, you're right. He's not. I don't see any. Maybe in WWE, but I'm not even sure at that either. So I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. But AEW ain't touching them because they're woke.
Oh no. They're not touching him with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah,
WWE's not touching Ric Flair with a 10-foot pole because
they scrubbed his fuck ass from everything.
They gave him the Benoit treatment.
Hey, do you think though? Well, here's the question though. Do you think they knew about this in advance? And that's why they agreed to let him go the way they did.
WWE is weird because this happened on a WWE flight 20 years ago. So the fact,
of course, but
the fact that it's out
to,
the open,
to kind of like shield themselves from like the situation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Rick's no longer not protection, so have at it.
I mean, you already know how WWE is, dude. Like they've known about this shit for years, but now that it's out in the open in the society we live in, like, oh shit, well we can't let people know that we acknowledge this guy. You know what I mean? Because they did it with Hogan. Whenever Hogan said what he said, and they invited him back in. I mean, you saw in the intro they replaced Flair with Warrior, and Warrior said what he said, but. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think Flair eventually will be back, but the fact that he made a statement where he, I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. He just, said along the lines, I didn't do anything. And, at the same time, he also said, I'm against that kind of behavior. I would never force myself on anyone. Which I think it would have been a lot smarter on his part to say, hey, I honestly don't remember doing anything, but if I did anything that made someone feel uncomfortable or disrespectful, I'm truly sorry. I'm a father. I have 2 daughters. I would never do anything like that. And if I did, and if I made that woman feel uncomfortable in any way, I'm truly sorry.
Hey ladies, I didn't sling my pee-pee around.
Woo!
That was very, very exaggerated. Woo! Come on, Rick.
That wasn't Ric Flair, Dick. That was a Nature Boy. Woo!
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 No, my God. Ric Flair.
Yeah, Rick. It's funny because he was on Renee Paquette's show, and she actually brought the episode up because this
Speaking
was
of oral
came out. Ooh, oral. And she asked him about it. She's like, "Hey, what do you think about the episode?" And he just said, just when things are getting good for me, I'll just watch it and then I'll make a statement.
Mm-hmm. And that's why.
So yeah, yeah, he knew it, but
yeah, he knew.
Basically, the moral of the story is that you never meet your heroes. Not everyone's perfect.
No. The moral of what the lesson of the story should be is stop putting these fucking celebrities on a high pedestal. Just because they got more money and more status than us. That's what we need to stop doing. Jesus Christ.
It's yes and no. Right. Yeah. I think it's a combination of like people are shocked or pretending to be shocked. And then there's people like us. It's like we kind of knew, but
Ric Flair is a prick.
Oh, we all knew that. Even
Mama knows that.
Dick Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Dick Flair. So, other things in the episode, people pointed out that. Hold on, I got it. people were pointing out that AEW, or not AEW, but like Evan Husney and I forgot what the other guy's name is, that they actually withheld information because it wasn't just Flair and it wasn't just Flair and then they named somebody else. It was also Dustin Rhodes because they in the episode they tried to paint Dustin Rhodes as this knight in shining armor when in fact he was also the other wrestler getting sued.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Scott Hall. There we go. I was Scott Hall.
Yeah.
Scott Hall, who basically came up for like a 30-second cameo. And in the episode, they paint him as, he saved that young woman from possibly being assaulted. But it's like, no, he was the one that was being a fucking bitch. But since, the Dark Side of the Ring guys are, tight with AEW, they're going to make sure that doesn't see the light of day. So.
Right.
I mean, the only one that didn't really come across as an idiot was Van Dam.
Right.
At first, I guess I misheard him because he said that he saw what was happening, but he basically just said, "I just saw Rick and this girl, but I didn't actually see his dick, and I wouldn't even want to see his dick anyway."
Yeah, it's not like he was looking.
So I mean, you're not gonna look. You're not gonna look and see. Wait, is that his dick? I need to see his dick. Like, but it's just Van Dam. Obviously,
It's Ric Flair's cock. Oh, sweet God! I just saw Ric Flair's cock.
Rick, put your dick away, God damn it, or you're fine.
Lord.
Speaking of dick, Brock Lesnar flashed, Terry, Marlena, whatever you want to call her. Which I actually heard that story a while back, and she described his dick as being the size of a mouse.
Okay.
Just thought I'd throw a little tidbit in there. And
that's something I did not need to know. All right. I don't need to know it from
her.
her.
Gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I represent Brock Lesnar's small dick.
Oh, good God. That thing is beaten, victimized, destroyed. It's so small. Oh, God. Jesus Christ, dude. Apparently it's enough for Sable. I don't know. I think Terry might be lying.
Maybe, or maybe Sable just likes the paycheck.
I don't know. Sable, man. She was like one of those high maintenance size queen type chicks. I can just picture it in my head right now. But that ain't enough for me. I don't know. I don't know. None of my business.
Terry said something that was kind of interesting that Jeff Lippman had to kind of correct me on, where she said this twice, actually, where she said after Brock flashed her, she went to Dustin, and Dustin said, "Whatever you do, don't sell it." And then later on the flight, Dustin is drunk and he's, singing on the intercom. Paul Heyman, motions to her, "Don't sell it," which I took it as something else. But, Littman, even Jim Cornette, confirmed it that, Cornette said when he got in the wrestling business, a lot of guys are telling him, when other guys, are fucking with you, whatever you do, don't sell it. Don't let them know that you're, pissed off or they got to you. So it's not a gender thing. It's not a woman thing. It's a guy thing too. When someone's ribbing you or fucking with you or just going out of the way to be a dick, just don't sell it. Which, okay, I guess that makes sense. And then Brock Lesnar and Kurt Hennig getting into a fight in the aisleway, which
infamous fight,
which they were hitting the emergency door, which there's no chance in hell you can actually open that unless you're like Superman. But in the words of Jim Ross, I don't think they could have opened that, but I don't think we're going to sit there to find out. So as soon as the lights start turning red, they had to separate them. JBL knocking out with Michael Hayes, and then X-Pac cutting off his ponytail, which X-Pac did talk about that. And Scott Hall at the end of the flight, apparently, ripping off the girl's, I guess, buttons to her shirt and saying things like, "I want to lick you down," blah, blah. The only repercussions done were, Kurt Hennig got fired a year
Yeah.
later when he passed away. Scott Hall got fired. Dustin, I believe he only got fined or suspended. And of course, Ric Flair was on.
Which is kind of weird. You think Dustin would have got the boot too?
Well, Jim
It wasn't like they were looking to push Dustin.
right, but Jim Ross, I guess, took pity on him because he was looking at it like, oh, this guy, he's been through enough. He didn't really mess up that bad, according to him.
Right.
So just kind of want to give him another chance.
Right.
So, and then when the producers were asking Jim, why didn't you fire Ric Flair? He just kind of paused and went, "Oh, that's $1 million question, ain't it?" Guess
AKA I couldn't.
AKA I kind of wanted to, but Vince told me no.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the episode. And tomorrow's episode is actually going to be about Canyon, which that's. I mean, if you're talking about tearjerker, that's going to be a tearjerker.
Mm-hmm.
Canyon, I don't know if he was the first, but one of the first openly gay wrestlers in wrestling, and you look at his story, he basically got blackballed from not just WWE but everywhere else because he was gay.
Yeah, which is weird. I mean, you should be able to handle your business and still be you at the end of the day. I don't get stamping a negative connotation to that kind of stuff. I don't get it. But I mean, it's a very very, very what's the word I should say? It's not. It's wrestling is a very tribal business,
right?
So it definitely hurts.
Right. I mean, used to, because nowadays, if he were to do that today, he would be welcomed with open arms.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Nowadays, but back then, yeah, more so. Yeah, early 2000s,
right.
It was still a tribal business.
Which the talk is that you're going to get more Ric Flair on this documentary because I should have pulled the link up, but Canyon was on an episode of Howard Stern, and Ric Flair actually called in, and this was actually while Ric Flair was under contract with WWE, and he apparently was trying to spin the narrative of the reason you did get fired was because you were gay, and apparently Taker might have a role to play in making Canyon's life miserable because when somebody shared a link of the trailer for the episode and they put Mark Calloway, you're next.
So,
I don't know what kind of role Taker plays. I mean, because Taker,
meaning he's next to get canceled.
Possibly, because people are. Because there's a whole thing with Taker wearing a shirt that said "Blue Lives Matter," which that's whatever to me. I don't care. Again, he's a 50-something-year-old man from Texas who's a billionaire. And come on, is that shocking to you? That he's a Jesus guy and he supports officers. So
Jesus, God man, Jesus, like Joey Numbers say.
Exactly. It wouldn't surprise me all that much if you found out that he didn't support gay rights or was maybe a little bit of a homophobe. It wouldn't shock me, but it would kind of disappoint me. But it wouldn't shock me. Because at the end of the day, Texas is very conservative. They're a very conservative state.
Yeah, and the Undertaker is also a 50-something-year-old man, bro. Like he grew up in different times. You know what I'm saying? Like I think, as bad as it is, a lot of people who grew up in that time, where stuff like that was considered not okay. Like people have to understand it takes a while for them to even break out of it, or the hate is always going to be in that heart. You can't really change them. You can't really change them.
Right. It's possible for somebody to just not necessarily get with the times, but to be a different person, to look at things in a different perspective. But as far as them thinking Taker has a role to play in Canyon's life, are they? I don't know if they're referring to the SmackDown segment where Canyon came out of that box, dressed as Boy George, singing "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?" So I don't know. Uh, Evan Husney was on Cornette's podcast. He was talking about saying it's very much a tearjerker. Father James Mitchell's on it, and they said he's a great talk. The Young Bucks are on it for some reason.
The Young Bucks.
Yeah, that's
oh, good lord.
That's odd. Brian Cage plays. I mean, because Brian Cage actually did have a friendship with Canyon, and then DDP, of course. A few other wrestlers. So
yeah, Jersey Triad.
So I'm looking forward to that one. And then, of course, the other episodes. There's a Luna Vachon. There's what is it? Kana. Johnny Kana. The steroid trial. XPW, which I'm interested. I'm actually very interested.
Wow, XPW with Rob Black.
And yeah, I mean, there's
what's
obviously
what's the porno chick's name?
Lizzie Wood.
Yeah, Lizzie. Yeah, yeah.
That was his girlfriend.
Yeah, of course.
So, like, there's obviously going to be a season 4. Like, what other stories could you possibly do if you had to pick from a hat? Like, what other stories could you possibly do for a season 4?
I don't know. They pretty much touched base on all the other ones, all the other big ones out there.
Right?
What could they do?
I'm positive that there's other stories that either we're not thinking of or we're just not aware of.
I mean, I got a whole segment lined up for Dark Side of the Pole for the events. like all of us came up with our own parodies of it. But besides that, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think they pretty much touched base on a lot of the big stories from back in the day, and wrestling hasn't really been all that controversial. I mean, what are they gonna cover? The releases of last year? I mean, besides that, there's no big controversial story that's happened in wrestling like that. Are you gonna do the rise of AEW? I mean, that's not really dark. What other options are there?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, because the producer was saying that the other, I guess his co-producer was already working on ideas for season 4. I'm just like, what could you possibly do for season 4? Because you've pretty much gotten everything out. Again, unless there's other stories we're not thinking about. So I really don't know. I honestly don't have a clue. I'd be interested to see what those ideas are, though.
Right.
Same. I mean, maybe Eddie, but you kind of already did talk about Eddie.
Yeah, definitely did. So that horse is beaten to death too. The old Eddie Benoit, it's really, really, it's kind of done.
So, I mean, and they already have spinoffs. They have Dark Side of the Football Field, or whatever the hell it is, Dark Side of the 90s.
Well, like I said, they're coming out with Dark Side of the Pole. It's coming. Dark Side of the Pole.
Looking forward to that one. That's gonna. Yeah, I mean, as far as news goes, you've been watching What If, right?
Yeah.
What's your overall opinion?
It sucks. No, I don't like it. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's good. It's great alternative stories. My favorite one so far was like the mystery of who is killing off the potential Avengers.
Right, that's one of my favorites. Like,
yeah, that's one because I'm like, who the hell is doing all this shit? And then it was, it turned out to be Hank Pym, and I was like, well, damn, I didn't see that coming. Like that. Right, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, because I'm a big crime buff, and the fact that they made it a murder mystery, I thought was pretty fucking awesome.
And it was pretty fucking dark too, man.
Oh yeah, like Hank Pym, like it made sense because Hank Pym already had a shitty relationship with Shield. And the fact that he looks at it as like they killed my daughter, well, I'm going to take away their toys, essentially. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, dude. that was depressing.
Yeah, it was depressing, but it was good though.
It was good. I loved it. I think might be the best one so far.
Yeah, but like you said, it was pulling on the strings, man. It was like depressing.
Right, because it was just like no matter what he could do, he couldn't save her. And then when he even tried to save her again, he still couldn't save her.
Mm-hmm.
Like he ended up, destroying not just the universe but reality. And like I thought it was cool how he acknowledged that the Watcher was there, and he's like, "Can't you help me?" He's like, "Well, like you tried to help her." And I'm watching this like, what am I watching? Like I'm supposed to be happy. I'm not supposed to be sad.
Yeah.
The recent one, the Killmonger one, I thought was pretty fucking cool.
Well, that was good too. God damn. He picked up where he left off in Black Panther, huh? My man killed Tony Stark. He killed fucking Rhodey. He killed fucking Black Panther. My man Killmonger went on a roll, man. It was good. It was good shit.
Proven he's maybe even the best villain in the MCU because he did something that not even Thanos did, but he was able to pretty much take out the top guys and wage war against his country and also America, and then also take over the throne. So, and it was nice to hear Chadwick back, and it's still a bummer to hear his voice. It's sad. You're just like, oh, he's not gonna be.
Yeah,
like hearing his voice, it makes me happy and sad.
Yeah, it's those mixed emotions. Because this is just about as good as it's gonna get for anything else pertaining to that character and him.
I haven't seen the most recent one that just came out.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either. The one that came out today.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. And then next week's gonna be the last episode, so that might be the last time Chadwick, or the last time we even hear Chadwick's voice. So I mean, that's everything else I liked. The Captain Carter one I liked. I like how everyone's already making erotic fan fiction out of it.
Yeah, that's probably like the least one I care for. The least. It's that one.
I liked it.
I didn't hate it. I just didn't care for it.
Right. I mean, one thing I didn't like about it was that they tried too hard. Like whenever she kept saying, we need to dance. Let's do dance. It's like, okay, maybe you guys should maybe do less talking. You know what I mean? Like they were trying to be too quirky, which I guess it made sense, but it was all right. The one that's preposterous, and I liked it, but I thought it was preposterous at the same time, was T'Challa Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Like, of course, he was very charming, but it's just like, it's funny to think that, T'Challa as Star-Lord was able to talk Thanos out of snapping everybody in half.
Right.
It's like, no, Thanos, don't snap everybody in half. Come on, let's party. Have some of this hen. All right, man. Good.
Get some of this hen dog.
Some of this hen dog, bro. It's just like we get chill Thanos, making dad jokes with fucking Josh Brolin returning. So I just thought that was so fucking funny. It's preposterous, but I loved it at the same time. I'm trying to think. Marvel. I like the zombies one, but I think a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
I didn't care for that one either. Like it's not, like I said, didn't hate it, but I didn't care for it.
Right. I basically enjoyed all of them. I mean, some more than others. I mean, my top two favorite are Doctor Strange and the Killmonger. That's really about it. Other than that,
same.
Maybe the Captain Carter one. Oh yeah, the Who's Killing the Avengers. Those are my top three.
Yeah.
Other than that, I need to watch the new one, which is What If Thor Was an Only Child. That's actually the premise. But other than that, let's dive into the wrestling that's going on this week.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into AEW. AEW Grand Slam, which was live at Arthur Ashe Stadium, and it's sold out.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty big for them. It's the first non WWE pay per view in this millennium, which is actually what Lance Storm pointed out. That actually sold out an arena like that.
Yeah.
Or just sold out an arena, period.
Yeah, a pretty packed one too. Like, it was nothing to bat your eye out.
Well, Monty was there, right?
No, unfortunately, he didn't go. One of our other friends, Mikey, he went. My friend Deuce went, and somebody else, a couple other people that I know on Twitter, they went too. But Mikey and Deuce went. As far as like some of my closer friends, Monty didn't get a chance to go.
No, that's all.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that place sounded fucking packed.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
not
for sure.
packed. They were going apeshit crazy for mostly everything. Main event. We'll get there.
Right.
So the first match of the night was what probably should have been the main event,
Mm-hmm.
and the main event should have maybe been the first match of the night.
All right.
But on card, the first match of the night was Bryan Danielson making his
Mm-hmm.
AEW debut against Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion in a non-title match. The storyline, basically that Bryan Danielson didn't care that the match was for the title. He just wanted to prove that he was better than Kenny. And there was a 30-minute time limit, which as soon as I heard the 30-minute time limit, I just went, okay, I have a feeling this match. And it did.
Mm-hmm.
But I was happy. I liked the match. I said that this is probably the best that Kenny has looked, in my opinion. This is maybe the best Kenny Omega match I've ever seen. And it helps that he's in the ring with Bryan Danielson. And, Bryan has not missed a step. He hasn't had a match since, what is it, April, May, I believe. And that was an episode
April.
of SmackDown.
Right.
April, and that was the match against Roman, which that was a great match too. Flash forward, 5 months later, he just picked up right where he left off, and like at 100% against Kenny Omega. This was a good match. You didn't see the goofy, twinkle toes, bullshit with Kenny. Like, Kenny really stepped it up tonight. Like, he really brought everything. And go ahead.
No, I was going to say no. I agree with you, Kenny. To me, that was the best Kenny Omega match I've seen in a long time since Okada. Okada, the last one, Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, since since that last Wrestle Kingdom match, Wrestle Kingdom 13, and it was Omega. It's just I don't know. Like he was in his bag, man, and like everything was serious. He was in there with Bryan. Bryan looked great. Wasn't in doubt whatsoever. It was just how far was Bryan willing to go was kind of like the story for me that I had in my head. Is Bryan going to do something that's a little ridiculous to the point where he's going to hurt himself?
Yeah, and that made me wince at that one spot where Kenny's going for the V trigger and hits it on Bryan, and that made me go, "Oh, But Bryan is either the best actor that we've ever seen, or he was actually hurt because he was not getting up. Like, he had a hard time getting up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously he was okay, but even after the match, he looked like he wasn't right ahead, essentially.
Right. He looked a little lost after the match a little bit. I don't know if that's a good selling or what, but he looked pretty lost after the match.
Right, and that was kind of my worry about Bryan coming to AEW, because in WWE, a lot of people complain about the WWE style, the WWE style helps you like prolong your career and make sure you don't do stupid shit like that. But and not to say that he was doing stupid shit or that Kenny was doing stupid shit, but it was more just like, it makes me think back to what, Daniel Bryan was saying about Vince, that Vince is very overly protective of him, that he just doesn't want to see him get hurt. Um, and, I see that. I'm like, yeah, maybe, Vince was right. Maybe, you know, Vince really didn't want to see Daniel get hurt. And it looked like Daniel possibly got hurt. And I mean,
Right.
I hope he got hurt. But overall, great match. What was your opinion about the ending?
Well, I liked it. I mean, I told you earlier they had to, well, not earlier, but a few weeks back when we talked about it, they had to find a way to stretch this out, and that was their out, was to do the draw. So I'm good with that. I'm good at how it ended and stuff like that. Definitely a way they needed to go to kind of keep both guys relevant. So
Right. And I mean, you knew Bryan Danielson wasn't going to lose his first match on TV clean, and you knew they weren't going to let Kenny lose clean. And also, the crowd would have hated if they did a fuck finish. Like,
yeah,
if I had seen Gallows and Anderson come down there, I probably would have just thrown the remote at the television set, because that just would have been bad business. So the fact that they allowed time to run out was fine. One little thing, I just wish it was more dramatic, like, Bryan going for the crossfade, and Kenny looks like he's gonna tap out, but then time expires, and then he taps the time expires. Like, that would have been a little bit better. But I'm fine with how it ended. I just didn't really care for the Adam Cole, Young Bucks coming out, triple kicking him, blah blah blah. But again, I thought it was a great match. I thought it was the best match I've seen Kenny have. And I just hope Bryan's okay. That's really it. But, and then this Friday on Rampage, it's going to be Cole and the Young Bucks versus Christian and Jurassic. Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. So yeah. Next, you have MJF versus Brian Pillman Jr. MJF coming out to Heat. His parents were actually in the crowd. His mom actually had a sign saying, we're MJF's parents. We think he sucks too. RJ. 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 RJ.
yep.
Did you fall asleep?
No, I don't know what's going on. Like my audio is. I have no idea what's going on with this mic right now.
It literally sounded like you were snoring.
No, no, I'm good, man. Like, I don't know what's going on with this thing. Because what I usually do is I usually test it. Like, I'll charge it ahead of time, and I charge it lately. It's been acting very, very weird. So I don't know.
Okay. We're getting to actually the CM Punk promo before the match. CM Punk came out, got a promo. Again, cutting a very good promo.
Yeah, just
showing
I mean,
good.
like you said a couple weeks back, just being relatable, showing the people that Punk is a guy that whatever he says, it holds weight and it carries on. Like, he's definitely giving people their money's worth on the mic. He's not going to be wrestling every week, so the promos, they're going to rely on Punk for promos, obviously, to advance the build up towards his matches, but. And he's doing a good job at that. Good. I mean, he shouldn't be in the ring every week wrestling. So good
Right,
on
it's like
AEW and good for his booking.
I said before, Punk should be an attraction. Like,
right.
He should not be wrestling every weekend, because at the end of the day, he hasn't wrestled 7 years, so he's not exactly a spring chicken. So yeah, have him go out there for promos. Don't go out and have the main event of WrestleMania every night. just let the people be happy to see, essentially. So he gave a very good promo. I liked it. Hyping up his match with Hobbs on Friday for Rampage, which is going to be 2 hours. So that should be interesting. So next match is MJF and Brian Pillman Jr. I was mentioning
Julia Hart.
Julia. Oh my god, it's funny. I now think of Julia Hart, and I just I can't help but think what you're thinking, that we're both thinking of Tommy Gunn.
Julia Hart my God, she looks like she's fucking 12 years old, man. She looks very, very young. It's very scary how young she looks in the face. I mean, that's probably a good thing for her. I mean, having a youthful baby face, but at the same time, this is weird. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's probably a good thing and a bad thing, honestly.
Yeah, like she's apparently 19.
I mean, my God, she looks 12.
I mean, I've known people like that. I mean, I mean, there's some of my friends who's almost 30 and they still look like they're 18.
Yeah, I know quite a few people like that too. That youthful baby face, so to speak. That's what a whole lot of years of not doing drugs would do to you.
It's like, why would you come to wrestling? You're not going to do drugs. Jeez.
Yeah, right. So what I'm trying to say is that Julia Hart would not look like this in 3 years.
I think she will. I mean, because I was going to say, who does drugs in wrestling? No.
Well, yeah, not anymore. That is fair. Not anymore.
Not anymore. They just play video games and drink soda pop.
And make porn movies.
No, that's just a page.
I don't know about that, Chief.
Which she apparently wants to make a comeback in the ring, or
she wants to come back, huh?
Or she wants cum on her back. I don't know. I forgot what she said. Anyways, hi-yo.
Tony, we need Tony O'Brown to come in.
Tony O'Brown.
I jerked my dick on your back. Fuck your knowledge, bitch. I was all pro before I met you. Busting on your back. I was like, what? I'm like, yo, Tony O'Brown, bro. You out here wilding, bro. Busting on your back. I was dying laughing when I heard that shit.
That guy's weird because it's like he got kicked off the Steelers, and he comes to the Patriots, and then he gets suspended. And then he's able to come back to the Buccaneers and win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
All within a year. That's new.
Unreal. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So we got MJF versus Brian Pillman Jr. Brian Pillman with Julia Hart on his side. Unfortunate for them because they had to follow a pretty hot match. I mean, the crowd still seemed like they were kind of into it. I mean, because MJF can still get that heat from the crowd. Brian Pillman Jr. is, he's still a little green. There's still parts of him he needs to work on, but he's getting. This is a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. I mean, MJF won as he should have. There was a point in the match where Julia Hart, pie faces MJF, and MJF grabs her wrist and says, "You know who I am?" And then Tommy Gunn makes a save. I'm like, no, not Tommy Gunn. Brian Pillman makes a save and then tries to go for what is it? The off the top rope splash, and then MJF counters it into a solid submission move and gets Brian Pillman taps out, MJF wins. There.
Mm-hmm. Nice little showcase for the guy. For Pillman Jr. Wouldn't of course it couldn't be match of the night we got earlier on, but they all can't be matches of the night. We can't have a whole show full of those.
Right.
It was what it was, and it was fine. It's all right.
Right. This is the match we have to talk about. The next match.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi Black versus Cody Rhodes.
Now, I will say this. It cut off for me, so I didn't get a chance to see the finish. Although I do know what it was, but you can go ahead.
All right, so the match, or Cody comes out with his Jesus Christ, or actually Malachi Black, and of course, it's a cool ass entrance. He's over as fuck. Cody, of course, comes out to his Jesus Christ entrance, which immediately you start hearing boos.
Mm-hmm.
And
which Deuce and Mikey both told me that they were booing Cody tonight.
Right, because I'm on Bleacher Report reading the results, and it's saying he got a mixed reaction. I'm like, no, he got booed. He got straight booed. He comes out with Arn, and then Brandy comes out, which I'm just like, oi, then. Why is she out here? Cody comes out, and the match, it was kind of a weird match when you look at it, because I can't tell if they were really thinking that what Cody was doing was going to get him over as a face, or if they're trying to get him over as a heel. Because Cody made an interview where he said, "I'll retire before I ever turn heel."
Yeah, well, he can go on quit pretending to be Homelander. Just go ahead and just pack it in already. Like,
right.
Come on, man. Like, sit on your ass, bro. Like, even Morgan was ripping him. She was like, he's so condescending. I was like, thank you.
That could be the title of tonight's episode. Cody is so condescending, because we've been saying for a while now that he tries to put himself over as the baby face, the knight in shining armor, but he's really a heel. He's acting like a heel. He's doing things that only heels would do. So I honestly can't tell that if he, that's like I mentioned earlier, I can't tell if he's really thinking what he's doing is what a babyface would do, or if he's secretly trying to get himself over as a heel.
Right.
Cody's weird. Cody's such a weird guy. Brandy too. But there's a spot where Malachi Black does the thing where he does a moonsault off the rope, and then he lands and does the crisscross thing, and then Brandy gets in. As soon as I saw Brandy, I went, "Get the fuck out of the ring!"
I was kind of hoping he would give it a kick, honestly.
Malachi Black's not gonna kick. I mean, I wish he would for Brandy's sake, but yeah, he's not gonna kick.
That'd be great.
If he's not gonna hit Rosario Dawson, he's not gonna hit Brandy.
Rosario Dawson's not going to be there next week. Brandy is, though.
Jeez.
Rosario Dawson's hot anyway, so I mean, shit.
I love Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson, she can hit me with a black mass.
Ooh.
But not the one Alistair be throwing or Malachi be throwing.
Hi-oh! You might have to fight her politician boyfriend for that.
He could go suck one.
He could suck it.
Suck it. You like it? Shoot, you're fired on his forehead.
Anyway, I guess going back to the match was weird. There was a spot with Arn Anderson that I couldn't tell if they just called an audible, if that was supposed to be part of the match, where he gets on the top rope and then he gingerly tries to get to the other side, and then he slips and falls, and then he gets back on the top rope, and Cody accidentally knocks him down. I'm like, was that part of the plan, or did Arn really? Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Arn slipping and falling, because he's not exactly a young man, and he can't get around the rope, that fast. So Cody goes outside to check on him, and Arn pushes him and says, "Don't worry about me. Get back into the match."
See, once again, doing the most. Cody, Arn, Brandy, all them motherfuckers doing the most every time. It never fails.
And between the three of them, I think I like Arn the most, but that's just me.
Of course. Yeah.
Arn's the
I'm
man.
with that.
So, back to the match. Cody gets Black, goes him back into the ring. The story of it is Black is trying to sell that he hurt his knee, earlier in the match. So Cody's working on the knee. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh God, I hope he doesn't tap out. But no, here's what happens. Cody gets him to the corner and starts hitting him, like, being heelish to him. The referee tries to stop him, and then Cody actually pie faces the referee.
Mm-hmm.
And then Aleister Black, spits, black ooze or whatever the fuck on his face. Mist. And he rolls up Cody, 1, 2, 3. And so Black remains undefeated. He's beaten Cody twice. He's beaten everybody in the Nightmare Factory. So
good. Jobber
right.
Factory. I'm good with that. He needs to beat every one of them.
So do you think this is what makes Cody a heel? Or do you think they're going to try and sell that Cody is the Night Shiner?
Cody needs to go away. Go away. I don't even want to see him as a heel. I want to see him go away. I want to see him gone. I want him out of the company. I want him to be Stardust again. Stardust.
And the sad part is he was actually over as Stardust. I actually liked him better as Stardust.
Him acting like the Joker and the Riddler slapped together.
Yeah, Cody is just Brian Last, has been saying it for a while. Even the AEW fans are sick of this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the AEW fans love the Young Bucks. They love Kenny. I mean, of course, they're gonna love CM Punk because everybody loves CM Punk. Everybody loves Bryan Danielson. Everybody loves Britt Baker. Because, I mean, I guess more so with the Elite and now Adam Cole and Britt Baker is that they feel more like AEW guys, whereas seems more like a WWE guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's been trying to say, AEW is the alternative to WWE. And the first show in, he ends up destroying a throne that looks like that suspiciously looks like Triple H's throne. So I don't know. Cody's a weird guy. Plain and simple. He's just an odd guy. And I'm kind of glad I'm actually glad the fans booed him. And it wasn't just like we're torn. Like, no, we hate you. We think you suck. Like, we're tired of your shit. We're tired of you and your untalented wife. Please get the fuck out of here. We would love to see Arn. Please give us more Arn, but we don't want to see it.
Yeah, I honestly, truthfully, not to just before I ever see more Arn and Tully. Give me more Arn and Tully. I'd be good with that. Give me more Arn and Tully.
That would be it. That I wouldn't mind.
I know, right?
Just see these two old guys that still look like they can beat anyone's ass, and just have them just like talk shit.
And they're believable too. They're believable guys,
right? Like that. They basically look like anybody that we've ever worked for, or was a PE teacher, or an officer or whatever. Like it's actually Tully. Tully just looks angry. He looks like he's angry about everything.
Yeah, he looks like a pissed off old man. Period.
Yeah. Like, I'm pissed off.
God damn it!
What's wrong, Tully? I hate all these young people. Have you met my daughter? Ugh, no.
That stone jaw.
Or stone jaw, and
it's only a face I can love.
Dating racially ambiguous guys that like to get plowed in the butthole.
Oh God. Daga. Jesus.
And she likes to make poop videos.
Oh God, that's horrendous.
Now let's get to the next match. FTR versus Sting and Darby Allin. Sting
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it? Okay, so I'll just break it down. So Sting came out to a nice pop. It's his first match on T. Wait, was it his first match on T? But no, he came out to a nice pop. Darby Allin, of course, is over.
Yeah.
And then FTR wearing NWO inspired gear. Does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, New Day, I believe all those teams got like a secret like secret shout outs for each other and stuff like that they be doing in some of these random matches or, for gear and stuff like that as well. So I think there's a little bit of connection to the New Day stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the match was okay. I mean, because FTR, Sting working with FTR is better for him because FTR is is more suited for him because they work more of that old school style of punch and kick and submission, blah blah.
Right.
So this was a good match for him. And Sting was getting a lot of offense. Like, he was getting an awful lot of offense. I mean, because Darby started out the match, and he was kind of getting beat down a little bit, and then Sting came out and just basically did a lot of shit. Like he did a freaking crossbody off the top rope. 61-year-old Sting.
That's unreal.
Yeah, Sting is still wrestling. My girlfriend Betty just asked me, "He's still wrestling?" Yeah.
Yep. It's incredible. Incredible.
And he's actually not bad. For a 61-year-old guy, he has a lot of stamina. But it's good that he's in a tag match and not like a singles match. So,
right.
Tully gets involved, and then Sting ends up punching Tully right in the face. That was fun. And then Sting goes for a Scorpion Deathlock on one of the guys. I forget which one. I think it was the ball. I think it was Cash or Dax.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dax is the one with the bald head.
There you go. And then Cash tries to make the save, and then Darby does the coffin drop on Dax. And Cash taps out.
Right.
To Sting. So, which I don't think that needed to happen. Because Darby is already over and Sting's already. So
FTR needed a win.
They needed a win, and it's funny because FTR said that they left WWE because they didn't want to be jokes, and now they're in AEW and they're basically jokes.
Yeah. Except they hadn't got their pants pulled down yet.
It'll happen, trust me. So,
good lord.
Yeah, the match was fine. It was what it was. I mean, Sting looked good for 61. So, yippee. Now we get to the main event. This was announced. This was announced earlier in the day. The main event was Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho for the AEW Women's Championship. Did you see it?
Yeah, I caught bits and pieces of it. I was fixing my dinner around this point in time. It was fine for what I saw. I told you they were going to do this match. I told you a couple weeks ago. You was like, no, they're going to stretch it out to full gear. I'm like, there's no way in hell. They're going to stretch this shit from September all the way to damn November. With all this TV they got, between Dark Elevation, Dark Dynamite, and fucking, there's no way in hell they're going to stretch this shit out. And what happened? They had it tonight.
Well, the thing is, I would prefer if they stretched it out because Ruby hasn't even been in the company for a month. She's been in the company for 3 weeks.
She's already losing a big match.
Yeah, and she's losing a big match. She's not even really over. She doesn't really get a reaction. People I've seen are already sick of the theme song. And
yeah, that too.
I just think it was a bad idea to just hotshot her into the main event already. You know what I mean? But
I thought it was bad too.
I mean, I guess it looks like they maybe want to continue, Rosa versus Britt, which I don't mind.
Right. I'm with that too.
Yeah, I mean,
why blow the first match though? Is my thing.
Right. I mean,
you should have continued to build up Ruby. In my opinion, help her get her wins, help get her over. Because you're right, she was not over tonight. We got to sit here and we got to stop pretending that the love fest is there 24/7 when it's not. You know what I'm saying? And I love Ruby Soho, but she was not over. She was not over tonight.
Yeah, she. This should have been the opener.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And Bryan and Omega should have been like that.
But I think I get what they were going for though. I think they knew that their energy was going to be hot for the match, right. And if the crowd had to sit through all that, I think that that the heat wouldn't have been there. So I kind of understand why Tony Khan did what he did tonight. I can't be mad at him for that. I get it.
Right. I mean, what's done is done. But personally, here's what I would have done. I would have had Punk come out to open the show,
Mm-hmm.
and Punk could have just done his best job as the Carney. He's like, "Welcome to AEW Grand Slam. Tonight's
Mm-hmm.
matches," and then he just puts over his own match and puts over the other match, and then he's like, "Now for the first match, it's gonna be Ruby Soho versus Britt Baker for the
Versus
women."
Naka the fuck off.
Right. So I mean, he could have just done his best job getting the crowd riled up, because if Punk came out to open the show, that whole place would have went ape shit bananas, and I mean they still did, and they still. So just the placement of the whole card was just kind of odd. But I don't know. That's just me. I'm old school. The top belt should be the closer. Um, the women's championship, I don't think should have closed, because Britt is over. She's over. I mean, there's no doubt. There's no doubting that. And she gets better and better when you see her. Ruby is not over. I mean, she's had a grand total of 3 matches in 3 weeks, and that's including the Battle Royal, the match with what's her British chick. British chick with a big ass.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Jamie Hayter, and then of course Britt. So I don't know. Overall, I thought
don't sleep on Rebel either.
Yeah, Rebel. I like Rebel. She's cool.
She's caked up and caked out, bro.
Hey, cake is cake to me. It comes in all shapes and sizes and flavors. But I don't overall enjoy the show. I would give it a B plus.
B plus.
B plus. There, you're giving it a B plus too?
Yeah, I give it a B plus. A good 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it more than I hated it. So, which has been my move for wrestling a whole lot lately.
Yeah, this week's very wrestling centric.
Yeah.
Let's talk about NXT from last night. So before I get into this week's, what's your overall opinion of the new NXT?
It's what NXT was before. See, people always forget that once upon a time, before Finn Balor, before Kevin Owens, before Adrian Neville, before Sami Zayn, and all these other guys came to NXT, that there was Leo Kruger, there was Cassius Ohno, Richie Steamboat, Bo Dallas, Seth Rollins, fucking Roman Reigns. People forget that. Big E. People forget that WWE is pushing these younger guys that were not exactly, well, Seth was the indie guy, but except for Seth, the rest of those guys were not indie guys. They were all homegrown guys. Now half of them are gone now, but Big E, Roman, like those guys are homegrown guys. So this whole notion of, just because WWE is pushing homegrown guys and they're pushing some of these athletes, ex-football players, track, stars, blah, 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 whatever have you, that NXT 2.0 is going to suck, you got another thing coming, pal. So, yeah, that's my overall thoughts on that whole, perception. But the show, you got some good and you got some bad. A lot of the green is on TV now, and it's just cringy. Especially last night more so. I thought it was kind of cringy. Some of those vignettes, some of those characters. Joe Gacy, like what the fuck is that? He was Kevin Steen Light in CZW, and now all of a sudden he's Mr. Woke Man. Like what? Okay, whatever.
He's PC Principal from Southwood.
Yeah, bullshit. A bunch of bullshit. The new characters I do like so far, I'm digging. Obviously, Bronson Steiner. I think that guy's got money written all over him. I mean, he's a top star. As far as like the first couple of weeks, like I think he's a guy that's got the goods. Von Wagner, nice look. As far as like he's big, he's got what Vince wants, but I just find him to be very bland. Uh, I like Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. Which they need to just call him Mellow Hayes from now on. Just go ahead and shorten that up. I like those two guys together. Melo's got energy, well, he's got energy, but Trick's got energy too. He just comes across as we all have. Well, if you're black, for the most part, like you can kind of relate. We all got that rowdy friend that just that does a lot of talking for us sometimes and kind of goes a little overboard with a lot of stuff. Like I'm not just saying that that's only for black people, but that's like you'll find out a whole lot more. We all have that one friend that speaks out of turn sometimes and just gets chippy and nippy with everybody over the little smallest things. You can walk sideways and they'll get nippy with somebody. So I like that. I like that they're I like one thing I like about WWE that they're not doing too much. They're not scripting too many of the black guys to be saying dumb shit that they won't normally say at all. Like they're letting these guys be a little bit more authentic. Like bout it. Like they're letting those guys say that on television. I doubt Vince even knows what the hell that is. But they're just letting those guys be authentic. So that's cool. Like I like him. As far as some of the women go, I love Gigi Dolan. I don't really consider her new because she's an indie. She's on the indies, and so is JC Jane. So they're not new, but new characters, so to speak. But I like the stuff with Mandy. That's good. All three of them are just fucking just hot. God damn it. Some of the other girls are kind of cringy. That Mari Miller kind of, I don't know. I'm not digging that. B-Fab. I like the character. I like the gimmick, but the wrestling was pretty damn bad last week. Elektra Lopez, big chick. Oh my god, big chick. And that lady's got. She ain't got cake. She got the whole goddamn bakery back there. But yeah, I'm digging the Legado del Fantasma Hit Row feud, but I mean that's just you're only as good as your dance partner too. And if B-Fab's not ready for prime time, but Elektra Lopez kind of is because she does have experience, then that's gonna suck. But yeah, I mean they have a lot of Tony D'Angelo. I think that might be something a little interesting. It was like we hadn't had the implied Italian mobster character on TV and God knows how long. So I mean that's gonna be good or it should be at least. Trying to see. There's a lot of bland guys, man. Brooks Jensen, Josh Briggs, like, god damn it, like that just looks bad, man. That screams FCW from fucking 2008, man. That screams to me. Dante Chin, who the fuck is that guy? Like, Green, I tell you. They're starting to do something with Boa. Like, I like that. Like, let's get more Boa. Like, that guy's way too big to be getting bitched out the way they've been bitching him out in the past. So I mean, let's heat that guy up. Let's see what he's got to to offer. What can he bring to the table? I think that's pretty much it as far as like who I'm impressed with and just kind of people that I'm just kind of not too high on.
I mean, there's a few things. I think we pretty much agree on most things. I think Steiner is a star.
Yeah, he's the best. He's the cream of the crop, man. Like he's definitely doing some good stuff, man. He's got the goods.
But that fucking name that they gave him.
Oh, it's the shits. Don't get me wrong. Like you're not.
It's like you're trying to tell people that this isn't a Steiner when he looks like a Steiner, he walks like a Steiner. If you close your eyes and hear him talk, he sounds like Scott. Like last night when he's talking shit to Pete Dunne, he goes, "Why don't you bitches get in this ring?" I'm like, "That's Scott. That's literally Scott." All he has to do is just do a promo on math, and it's like that's literally Scott.
Right.
And then they're dressing him like his dad, and his music sounds similar to Scott's, where he has that police siren.
Yeah, the sirens and everything. Yeah,
that siren in general. Which I'm just like, what? Like they're gonna call him Rex Steiner, and then I just remember on the first show he comes out in the first segment and says, "Hi, sir, I'm Braun Breaker." I'm like, what did he call himself? And they just announce him as Braun Breaker. I'm like,
yeah.
oh.
My thing is, if it's such a trademarking issue, why not you make a deal with this kid and be like, hey, we know there could be a good chance that you might not work out. If that's the case, we'll let you use the name Bronson Steiner or Braun Steiner. We'll let you have that name for, just in case things don't work out. But we will have the name, we will have the rights to the name Rex Steiner. They couldn't have made that deal with him. They couldn't have done it.
Suppose Mish from Wrestling Soup had said, supposedly he said that he didn't want to be known as a Steiner, that he actually wanted a different name, which I agree with Joey Numbers. That's stupid. Like,
it is stupid, but I mean, you can't blame him in a sense.
No, I can blame him because that's stupid. It's just like, dude, that was, as far as I know, that was his first ever match on TV.
Yeah,
and in front of a crowd, and they clearly love him because they're already putting him in a championship feud with Ciampa.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think he doesn't want that. I think what it is, and Kevin kind of touched on this a little bit too. I don't think he wants that negative, that pressure of being a Steiner. He wants to go out there and and carve on his own niche, and I can't hate on him for that. I mean, the name sounds stupid as shit. Like I would have just had them, fuck it, just call me Braun or something. Like just cut the shit short, not the breaker shit. Like that's bad, bro. That's bad. And they have they have the 2Ks too. Like that's porn style. When you start, throwing in two letters, multiple letters, that's porn style right there.
Or you know what? Here's a better idea. Call him Rick Bronson.
Something.
His dad's first name and his first name, Rick Bronson. There you go. Or Scotty Bronson. Or
Scotty.
I don't know. Bronson Scott. I don't know. Just
Bronson Scotts.
Like it's just the name shouldn't deter me from him because he's talented as all hell. He's got it. Like I have a feeling he's going to get that Brock Lesnar push where he's just going to be hot shot to the main roster and be put into the thing of that match. But that fucking name, dude. Like,
he is bad.
I understand it's wrestling. You got to get people, crazy names. But it's just like, who have you ever met that has the name Bronson Breaker? Nobody. I mean, Rick Rude sounds like an actual name. It sounds like a cool name, but it sounds like an actual name.
Sounds like a porn name too.
Exactly.
Rick Rude.
Kevin Owens sounds like an actual name. Steve Austin sounds like an actual name.
Mm-hmm.
Bronson Breaker. Just come on.
Come on. It's bad. But hey, if the kid doesn't feel like he needs to have that extra pressure on his shoulder, then I mean I don't blame him. If that was his call, if that was his call, I don't blame him. He's probably seen, look, Ted DiBiase Jr. didn't work out. Cody Rhodes didn't work out in WWE. A bunch of other people in the past didn't work out, having their fathers' names attached to them. So if that's the case, then I can understand it. I can understand it. Like you said, it's dumb. It doesn't make it, logical, but I can understand it.
Anyways, I told Jeff Litton on this. I'm not crazy about Carmelo Hayes. I think I told you about this too. I'm not a big fan of it personally. I mean,
Right.
I know other people are. I can see why, but he's just not for me personally. Odyssey Jones, I like. I want to see more of him. Um,
Baby Mark Henry.
Baby Mark Henry. Von Wagner.
Oh God.
I
Jesus.
He actually wasn't that bad
He's
in
not
the
bad in the ring. He's just bland, though. He's the
Bland.
definition of bland.
He obviously needs a character. He needs a
They
gimmick.
need
He
to.
needs
You
a
know what they
mouthpiece.
need to give him? You know what? Because Joey and Mish was making fun of him, the caveman shit. They need to give him Leo Kruger's old Procher gimmick. If they insist on having this man be Von Wagner or whatever, they need to give him Leo Kruger's old Procher gimmick, the old Craven the Hunter type gimmick that they had him have before he became Adam Rose.
That would be interesting.
That gimmick was over like a motherfucker before they made him become Adam Rose.
It's just,
Oh
I
God.
don't know. WWE. Or just give him a mouthpiece.
Nah, he needs to change that fucking look. He's bland, bro. Like he needs a complete overall. Cut the hair, something. Something's got to give, bro. Blandy McBlanderson.
I mean, because that's just something that was unheard of. Because it's just like usually, I would have thought that they would have called somebody from the main roster to take that spot, and then they give it to this guy just because he saved Kyle O'Reilly. So I'm just like, when I heard his name, I'm like, who?
The Drew Yari Show.
All right.
I have no idea what the fuck is happening on Anchor.
Jesus Christ. This
Like
thing.
it didn't even like give me a forewarning. It just kicked me off. It just kicked me off this time. The first time it just said disconnect now and save, and then when I got back on with you, it just kicked me off. Is it the app?
They didn't give you no fucking warning. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
Yeah. Even Discord is sick of Von Wagner. But yeah, AEW.
Lexington Steel he's sick of Von Wagner too.
God damn it! Don't mention. Do not heed his name. I don't want Discord coming after me.
What? Discord ain't got nothing to do with the equation.
Discord will find a way. Discord always finds a way. But yeah, overall NXT, there's guys I like and there's guys I don't like. I already pretty much said who it was. Yeah, I mean, I like the layout. It kind of looks like an old school, like studio wrestling show.
Yeah.
And I remember you said, I think a week before, that NXT needs a change. They're too dark. They need to kind of lighten things up and change things. So
Yeah, they had that gritty battleground look, whereas AEW had all the bright lights and everything like that. The show looked a whole lot lively, whereas NXT looked dead and dark.
right, and it makes sense, and I like the look. I like that they're just going with, hey, we're going to have homegrown, younger stars for the future, and they're being very gimmick central. So
yeah, I'm cool with that.
So I mean, hey, I'm trying to be optimistic, so I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So, let's do Extreme Rules predictions for this Sunday.
Oh boy, here we go.
So far, there's 6 matches. I'm pretty sure there's going to be either more matches announced after Friday or stipulations, or you want to call it. So Extreme Rules is this Sunday. It's going to be from Columbus, Ohio, in the Nationwide Arena.
Oh.
This was announced recently. Liv Morgan versus. Actually, let's do something interesting. So, since there's only been 2 stipulations, or even just 1 stipulation announced, let the matches that don't have stipulations, let's try and see what stipulations that they would give them, possibly, or what stipulations we can give them. Sound cool?
Yeah, sure.
This match was announced recently: Liv Morgan versus Carmella.
Right.
So, what would you give that?
My mind's telling me no. Carmella, Liv Morgan, what stipulation they'll probably have? I don't know. Shit.
Fuck it. Bra and panties match, damn it.
I mean, I would give them a bra and panties match. I'm sorry, but I mean, Jesus Christ. Ugh.
A pudding match.
Pudding match. Good God. What match could you realistically give these two? Honestly.
A Tommy gun on a pole.
Oh God. Comes in here with his best pair of dad jeans on.
An Enzo on a pole match.
Enzo, good Lord. Oh my God.
Hey ladies, I'm just floating up here until one of you gets me.
Come on, ladies, let's not fight. You SAWFT sub.
Come on, Mella, get me down from here. I'm getting soft.
Come on. Good Lord. I don't know. Number one contenders match, maybe? I really don't know.
I don't know. Fuck it. I don't know. Liv Morgan is going to win.
Yeah, Liv Morgan's probably going to win that. She kind of has to at this point.
Yeah.
Especially with a heel champion running around.
Oh, yeah. Becky is now officially heel.
Yeah.
Next is the Usos versus the Street Profits for the WWE Tag Team Championships. I mean, you can make this a ladder match.
Yeah, you could. I think it will be a ladder match, and I think the Usos win.
Yeah, keep the titles on the Usos for a bit.
Yeah.
Next, you have Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss for WWE Raw Women's Championship match, and a plane ride from hell match.
Oh God, oof. Tell you what, there's probably gonna be some type of playground match or some bullshit.
Right.
Watch, it's gonna be a playground match. Alexa Bliss is probably gonna win, most likely. Jesus is there in Ohio.
Yeah, I hope not, but no.
I don't care either way. It's Alexa Bliss or Charlotte, for fuck's sake. I care less about either one of them.
I don't give two fucks personally. I don't even think Charlotte gives two fucks. So,
I wouldn't at this point either. They shouldn't have had the belt so many dang on times. It don't make no sense.
So yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss.
That's why I told you a couple weeks ago. I would not be surprised if she left and went to AEW. And you like, well, they treat her well. Well, she's done everything she needs to have done. What more could she possibly do? She's gonna get bored because they've given her literally everything in the sun. There's nothing else for her to really do. As competitive as Charlotte is, what realistically more can she really do in WWE? Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Unless they want to let her fight for the men title. That's the only thing I can see. Outside of that, nothing. So if her contract was to expire and she went to AEW, it would not surprise me whatsoever. It would not.
I was gonna say, it's like, yeah, well, I thought Adam Cole would have stayed because they treated him like a star, but I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bliss might win this.
Yeah.
Next we have a triple threat for the United States title. Damian Priest, the champion, versus Sheamus and Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy beat Sheamus on Raw to be a part of the match.
Right.
I mean, it's triple threat, so make it Extreme Rules or just make it a
triple threat match is like a pretty much Extreme Rules match anyways, because there's no rules, no disqualification.
Right. Priest is more than likely going to go over.
Yeah, Priest is beating them both. I can't see Jeff winning the belt tonight. I don't see Sheamus getting it back either, so.
Next we have Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Last man standing?
Last man standing. Street fight.
Nah, I'm thinking last man standing because I think they still want to keep Bianca strong. And I think last man standing is probably like the best way to do that. They can have some bullshit happen to Bianca, and that can entitle her to another. Because this is not going to end. This is not going to end.
Oh no. This is going to go on for more than likely the next pay-per-view after this.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So they got to keep Bianca at least looking somewhat stronger defeat coming out of this show, whether it's about chicanery or not. I think and last man standing to me is like the best way to kind of do that.
So it's more likely going to be a heck in a box for next month.
Yeah.
So,
thank God.
And then what's probably the main event, Roman Reigns versus the Demon Finn Balor for the Universal title in an Extreme Rules match.
You know what? I'm going out on a limb here. Brock Lesnar interferes. Finn Balor's new champion. Brock and Roman have a fight at the Blood Money show, and that's it.
Right, but here's the thing: Brock specifically wanted Roman for the title.
Oh well, I mean, shit happens. Brock Lesnar also is a meathead Neanderthal too. That does not have Paul Heyman by his side right now.
I like your logic. Well, shit happens.
I mean, it's Brock Lesnar we're talking about here. Brock Lesnar is not exactly known for being a smart guy. That's why he said Paul Heyman with him all these years. And Paul Heyman's not with him anymore. So, and Paul Heyman was, the guy who always kept Brock Lesnar in check. Brock no more. Brock no more. Stop. What are you doing? You're going to ruin this. And he doesn't have that anymore. So what's to say Brock Lesnar gets reckless and fucks Roman Reigns over, costs him the match. Why not?
You should just be creative. It's like,
Neanderthal.
RJ, why am I losing this match? Because shit happens.
Brock, well, see here, you're a stupid meathead Neanderthal. You just got there and be a meathead Neanderthal. Like, shit, come on, man.
And those were his last words.
Exactly. Oh, shit. Let's do this. Brock Lesnar clotheslines my head off.
God damn it, RJ. God damn it, RJ. Stop telling people shit happens. Damn it.
His head just went into the third row.
Oh, my God.
My God.
Pretty sure there's going to be more matches announced after Friday. So far there's 6 matches. That's the Extreme Rules pay-per-view for you. What did you think of Monday Night Raw?
I did not watch it.
It was actually a pretty good show. I think it was the first Raw I've watched from beginning middle. Big E comes out and gives a nice promo, winning the title, pays homage to Brody, and the first match was actually announced. It was actually going to be the New Day versus the Bloodline, and that was a pretty fun match. Roman ends up getting the pin on Xavier. Bobby Lashley comes out and just like cleans house. He just destroys everybody, New Day and Bloodline included.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Heyman's pissed off because he wants to see what they're going to do about it. And then Adam Page tells him tonight the main event's going to be Roman, Lashley, Big E. No titles, it's just a triple threat. Which that was actually a pretty good match between all 3 guys. You had, as Big E would say, big beefy men bumping meat.
Big sweaty guys bumping meat. Good Lord.
Bumping meat.
Oh, Lord.
It was a good match, and of course Roman won because it's Roman. The rest of the show, there wasn't any Karrion Kross. They just showed like a promo for him.
Good.
Yeah.
Can we get the damn Chippendale straps off this guy or what? Come on, man. Kevin, I'm gonna need you to tell Kross, hey man, tell Kross to leave those straps in the back, something. God damn, like the gladiator stuff, the other gladiator get up I can do with it. But those straps, God, I can't take him seriously with those straps. Holy shit, man. It just looks weird, man. It just I look at him and I go, man, come on, what are we doing? Those damn straps. The shredder mask, I don't even care about the shredder mask. I mean, shit, he wears the damn thing to the ring. It's just those straps. Ah.
Yeah, it's
it is what it is, though.
Keith Lee is not going to be noticed. Bearcat Keith Lee,
Which I have no problem with, because clearly they're trying to turn him heel, or they're gonna turn him heel next time we see him on TV. They've been testing him out as a heel on the house show circuit and dark matches. So clearly they're trying to come up with a heel persona and a name to match that. So I have no problems with that whatsoever. People bitching online. I'm like, yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Keith. Hey, anything involving Keith getting airtime and getting over, I'm fine with. And the fact that they're making him a heel, I think that's good. He needs to be a heel.
Yeah.
And like Kevin Castle will say, not talk like a cartoon cat. So, good for
exactly.
Keith. Orton and AJ Styles had a match, which was actually a pretty good match.
Those guys can have a bad match.
No, they can't. AJ can't have a bad match. Orton and AJ always have good matches. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Orton looks like he's out there trying.
Yeah.
And that's good. We have new women's tag team champions, Rhea and Nikki Ash. They beat Natalya and Tamina. Trying to think of anything else that happened on the show that was worth talking about. It's really about it. I mean, again, the show wasn't bad. It was actually a pretty good Raw. Right. It was fun to watch, and it looks like Lashley will get a rematch, but they're not going to rush it for the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. It's probably going to be until the next pay-per-view or Blood Money, which I hope is just. It's probably going to be Blood Money. I wouldn't be shocked, but yeah, Raw wasn't that bad. The weekend wrestling wasn't that bad. NXT wasn't bad. AEW was actually very good. And then we have Rampage to look forward to this Friday. We have CM Punk wrestling his first TV match in years against Willie Hobbs. You have Adam Cole and the Young Bucks versus Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. What else do you have? What's the other? Let me look up the matches. Give me 1 second.
Good Lord.
What?
Okay, this is just, I don't know what's going on with this mic, man. Jesus Christ. Is it going dead?
Is your mic going dead?
Yeah, I'm thinking my mic must be going dead. Yeah, the blue is starting to dim on it a little bit. That's the indicator that it's getting ready to turn red soon. Damn, I just charged this bad boy earlier, man. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I'll try to speed things up so we can get out of here without being kicked out.
Yeah.
So Rampage, come on. All right, Rampage. Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley take on Suzuki and Lance Archer. Lucha Brothers and Santana Ortiz versus Private Party, The Butcher and the Blade. Anna Jay versus Penelope Ford. And the other matches I know. Chris Jericho and Jake Hager will take on the Men of the Year, Scorpio Sky and Page. So that's Rampage. It's going to be 2 hours this Friday. So starting right after SmackDown.
Oh shit!
Pretty good looking show. But anyways, that's the show for tonight, guys. I'll have to split the show in two again because not Discord. Anchor decided to act up for whatever reason. But anyways, man, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this equipment, but we'll figure it out and try to come back. And part of it too is I just had a long day too, so forgive me too if the energy was just kind of but
hey, no apologies at all. I totally. So we're both in the same.
Yeah.
Anyways, we need to talk about one when we can do another Patreon show for Attack or Revenge of the Savage and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Just text me about that.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
All right, man. Take care,
All
brother.
right. Take care, man. I'll catch you later. Everybody else, peace.
Peace.